Welcome back, anybody. This is episode 3 of the so far the trilogy of the quarter scale errors. And what we've done so far is I've explained the problems that I've had, the possible fixes and issues, and so on and so forth. The other day, I milled up these boards here using the 4/4 scale. These 3 here using the 1-inch scale, and right this very moment, that particular video about the milling and everything is being put together by my computer. At any rate, bottom line is, if you're watching that first, you should, and shouldn't be watching this last. All of the 4/4 boards are basically the same thickness. All of the 1-inch boards are basically the same thickness, and they shouldn't be. So come to find out, the quarter scale, I shouldn't say the quarter scale, the entire scale mounting assembly was off approximately 1/8 of an inch. It was 1/8 of an inch shorter than actual measurements. So for example, if you set that at 1 inch and you cut a board, the board would be just like this, 7/8 of an inch thick. So what I did, and you're about to see that in this particular video, I am adjusting the entire scale assembly so that 0 inches or 1 inch, however you want to say it, on the inch scale equals exactly 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, etc. So that is coming up on the next video that you're hopefully watching right now. Okay, this is the scale, 1-inch scale, your quarter scale over here. All of this is mounted on this black sheet metal bracket back here. And back here, if I can do it properly, the sheet metal bracket is held on by this bracket here and a bracket down here. There's a bolt way down there in the back. It's a 1/2-inch nut. And up here on top, you can't see it clearly, maybe you can, is right underneath there is a 1/2-inch nut. So I'm going to loosen them just a little tiny bit and try to get this thing adjusted. Before I did that, what I did here is I set my pointer exactly where I had it the last time when I made the last cut at 1 inch. The result was 7/8. So what I'm going to do is loosen those bolts, and I'm going to drop the entire mechanism here so that the pointer here lines up with the 7/8 inch mark. So I can't do everything one-handed, so I guess we'll set you back here someplace so you can watch at least the quarter scale or the inch scale as it moves up and down, and you'll have to just pretend you know what I'm doing down below, unless I can make the camera work down there. So let's see what happens. Okay, I found a way so that you can actually watch me at work. This is so exciting for you, I know. So I've got a 1/2-inch socket right here on an extension, and I'm just going to tweak that just a skosh to loosen it. That seems okay. I'm going to do the bottom one. Yeah, I know, you're going to want to see it, so hold on. I'll have to cut this part out. Sorry about that. Okay, here's the lower nut, and we'll get our socket on that, and we'll just tweak it just a skosh. Oh, you saw that move, so I'm going to tighten it up just a little bit, and we'll have to gently tap this thing up or down or something. So let's go mobile again. There, you're sitting on a piece of 1x3. So I don't know if you can see clearly, you're just a little bit higher, thicker than 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to try to pry this thing up just a little bit, gently of course. Let's see how this works. That looks pretty darn close. That's even closer. So we're going to tighten up these nuts. Okay, now the pointer here agrees with the board that you... Okay, camera ran out of battery, but the bottom line is I've retightened the scale supports, and the last board that came off the mill was 7/8 of an inch thick, and we're at 7/8 of an inch right here, right now. So we are now recalibrated. So now if I run the test again, which I may do now or I may wait until some later date, we're going to find that the last board is off 1/8 of an inch. So let's see what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the panel back on. Oh, let me show you the panel while I've got it open. In order to get to the scale nuts, again, one is right here and one is down below there. There's a large panel right here that I'm going to show you right there. That comes from right here. There's a couple of bolts up on top here on the side and near the front, and down at the bottom there's a couple of bolts that hold that in place, and that's what I'll put back together again. So I'm going to move on to a different video that you're not going to be seeing right now, so bye-bye. Not that you're going to know this, but I kind of quit for the day. I'm going to come back tomorrow, although for you it's just going to be like that to see the rest of the quarter scale adjustment video. And I'm going to go to work, so and quit this right here and do something else. So I'll see you in a few seconds. Okay, this is the inch scale and quarter scale as it was when I made those last 3 or 4 cuts. And as I've shown you before, there's the quarter scale mark. There's the 1/8 mark, and you can see even factory it's off a little bit, so pulling that up makes everything nice and even. But again, we need to have the 4/4 mark there, even pretty close to the 1 inch mark right there. And that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to take that roll pin right there, and by golly, look directly below the roll pin. You see that little black dot? Would anybody want to bet that that black dot is where that roll pin is supposed to be in order to line up? I'll bet you it is. So I don't even have to do any measuring or whatever, because this, I know we're jumping around and I apologize. This is where we should be when we make our, let me make sure I'm saying it right. No, I'm lying. Yes. This is where we want to be when we make our last 4/4 cut right there. And that little tiny dot is almost perfectly lined up with this aluminum stop right here. So we're going to take this off right there. And it is very difficult to do. Well, difficult for me to do anything anymore, but difficult to do one-handed. There we go, just like magic. Okay, so let me get into the shop and get kind of semi-set up, and I'll meet you back there. Okay, what you're looking at now is a small part of my incredibly messy bench, which is part of my incredibly messy shop. We've got our roll pin right here, and we're going to get that thing knocked out. So I've put it on the vise here and giving it a couple little, kind of a baby tap right there. Now here comes the fun part, and this is where I try to knock it out, and I can't hold everything. Let's try that. I think this will actually work, maybe. Yeah, and yeah, I got a lot of crap here, so just bear with me. And we put that right there. Oh, and we're going to hit it anyway. And we're on the roll pin. There we go. And we knocked it out. Now the cool part, the really cool part is, oh, I found it. That's even better. All right, so we've got that off. Now we got to get the hole drilled and get everything put back together. So bear with me and see you in a moment. Okay, put a center mark right there in the center of the Black dot, we've got our drill bit right here. So let's get this thing drilled out. Well, that looked rather easy. And we're pretty good with our hole there. So let's put that right there on the edge. Move it over there. Oh, you can see it, so we'll put that pin in there. And I don't think this is going to work without putting it on the vise. I'm going to put it on the vise, and you're not going to be able to see it, so I'll be back. Okay. We got our new pin in there. You can see where it is right there. It's in the center of the black dot. So we're going to put this thing back on the mill and see what we have for our results. Okay, we're back out here. We're putting it in so the softwood or standard scale is visible. Drop that down in there. There we go. And as you can see, our quarter scale mark at 0, let's call it, is below the inch 0. And our 4/4 mark is at the 1 inch mark. So when we cut there at 4/4 minus 1/8 inch, we should get 1 inch material. Let's give it a shot. There's our 4 by 5 1/4. And it's getting ready to rain, so we're going to make this kind of short. Again, we're going to be cutting this at 5/4. I'm sorry, 4/4. Okay, we're going to let you go mobile now. So actually, let's get this set up someplace first, and then you'll go mobile. One moment, please. Off to fly. Here we go. Okay, we have 4 boards here. Left is the top, right is the bottom, or the last, whatever you want to call it. Right there, they look to me like they're the same. Right there, the same. And there's the one right there that I'm more concerned about. Right there. We are doing good so far. So anyway, it's about to rain. Very pretty wood, by the way. Not that I'm getting distracted. Anyway, I'm going to quit for the day because it's about to rain and I don't want to get wet. So let me see if there's anything else I need to add to the video. Otherwise, we're going to get this thing published. Bye for now.